Da 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 da. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Bum, 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 bum. What's up, party people? The MOB, the Mob Members Only Baseball. What's going on? What's happening? What is cracking? Seeing a bunch of peeps in the chat already to talk about this All-Star series we got coming up starting tomorrow night. It's going to be a banger. So here's the deal. I said I was going to set the over-under at 60 minutes. So I want to do 60 minutes from now. So I don't know. Crazy, are you in the chat? Crazy's in the chat, right? Crazy, can we set, what's happening, Twin Screw? Let's set the over-under for, let me see. I said, so that would be 9:35. Let's make it 9:40 p.m. Let's go 65 minutes from now. Let's see, and then we'll see what people do. How about that? Does it sound good? Let's check the chat real quick. Let's see all you people that are in here yapping. Doug Day says, am I number one? Doug Day, you are number one in all of our hearts and number one in the chat tonight. Clams, even though she said no, she's number two. You're number two in our hearts, Clams. And number two in the chat. Crazy Canuck was third, followed by PSN Blackfire. PSN Blackfire, did you get, what do you call that? What do you call it on Discord? You know, like when somebody breaks into your shit. What do you call that? Somebody throw me a word. Save me here real quick. What is it?
Hacked.
Hacked. Thank you.
Hacked.
Did you get hacked on Discord? I got a weird fucking DM from you. Let me see. Gunny's in the house along with Yogi. Crazy, I said already. Freddie's in the house again. Good to see Freddie back on a consistent basis. I mentioned Clams already. Nate Hall's here. Boomberry's with us. What's up, Boomberry? Fucking Ray Ray's in the house. Pain in My Ass is here as well as, I said Gunny already, right? Bob Funk. What's up, Bob Funk? The Beeve is in the house. Beeve, how you doing? Annie Beaverhausen in the house, by the way. I don't know if we have her thing. Do we still have her soundboard? I don't think we do. I'm going to check. Nope, I don't think we do. Oh, you know what? Yeah, it's called something else, I think. Oh, no, it's locked because it was on AACL and we don't have all that anymore. Sorry. Anastasia. All right, there you go. Bullet Bolesky's here. And so is the man with the best first name in all the mob, David Leathers, in the house. And Twin Screw. Twin Screw, I know we've got your soundboard.
What's happening?
What's happening? Deli's here. Deli. I hope you mean the All-Star series. Deli says he's here for the ass. Deli, thank you for all the great graphics. We'll be using one more of his graphics tonight. Maybe two more, actually, I think. And then let me see. Is that everybody? Gunny on a 10-stream streak. And I think that's everybody. Oh, let's see who's hiding. We just got to see who's hiding. Oh, it hasn't updated yet, so I can't even see anybody hiding yet. So there you go. That's it. Listen, it's going to be a quick show. We are just going to talk about All-Stars, and that's it. And we'll talk a little bit about the award winners, I think, and then that'll be a wrap. Tomorrow night, we're going to do 8:30 every night. So we did 8:30 tonight. It'll be 8:30 Tuesday, 8:30 Wednesday, 8:30 on Thursday. Nice and easy. Let me bring in the panel. Yogi's here with us as well, who is one of our managers for the All-Star series for the Texas Rangers. Yogi, how you doing and how you feeling about this series coming up?
Oh, it's going to be fun. It's a neat little lineup on both teams.
A lot of differences in the lineup, too, and we'll talk about that later. Keith is here as well with me. Keith, what's going on with you, bro?
Man, it's just another week, still kicking, pretty much. And I don't know about y'all. I am so curious to see how this series shakes out this week.
Yeah, it's a little cray-cray, I think, because think about this. Well, actually, we'll get into it in just a second, but Gunny distracted me. He said Doug is here for the ass and the Twinkies. I don't know what this. I don't even know how to respond to something
that
like
order,
that. Right? Oh, he's here for my ass. I mean, not my ass.
Oh.
Not my. Fucking T.
my ass.
Yeah, my ass. My ass. As you can see on the screen, another great graphic by Deli. He has been crushing it. Again, thanks to Deli for all the graphics. You got the Kansas City Royals and the Texas Rangers, the two teams that will be representing the All-Star teams. And I got to tell you, Yogi, I ran a couple sims so I can make sure the players have been moved over properly and all that stuff. I haven't done any full sims, just like 3-4 innings at a time.
Yeah,
bro, I got to tell you, man. The Rangers uniforms look fucking fly as fuck,
I thought they would,
bro. They
look
that's
so
why
good. I like them. Yeah,
so good. And then the Royals are just, they're the Royals. I don't know what to say.
The Royals.
I don't know. Keith, I heard that the Royals are one of your favorite teams.
No. No.
Yeah. I mean, I think Rob specifically picked the Royals just because he hates the Cardinals so much, and why he did not pick. He did not draft a single Cardinal on his team. Did you notice that?
I
I
mean,
noticed that.
are we really that surprised?
No, we're not. Now, Rob, is he being smart? Is he being loyal, or is he just being petty? That should have been the what do you call it?
I mean, I think the answer to that question is yes.
Yogi, what do you think, bro? Did you have any people, and you don't have to name them, or people from any teams that you just did not want on your All-Star team?
I got Wink. I got a Met. I mean, who else? Anybody else was
Wow.
available? I
Look
mean,
at
everybody.
Yeah.
that was
You have two
available was
Mets.
available.
You have two Mets.
Yeah,
you
two
Wink
Mets,
and Travis
exactly.
Danger. Yeah.
No, you have three. You have three Mets.
Oh,
Two.
actually, he does have three.
Holy shit! What
Hey,
a
I mean, whatever.
contrast.
Yeah, whatever.
That
Who's
is
available?
Bullet. Is that for real? And the bigger question is why. Ray, he couldn't pick you. He was neither
blocked.
manager was allowed to take all of their players. So we ended up with Leathers.
Over half.
Yeah, is Leathers the only Cub we got? I think something like that. And then
Oh, he had two. He had
believe
two.
so.
I had
no,
one,
he
I
had two.
think.
Yeah, because there was 4 of yours and only 3 of his. So
Yeah.
Rangers have Winkler's little brother Chris Lee. How do you pick the Rangers and not draft the only Texan in the draft? There are 2 Texans, weren't there? Or is it just Churchill? Was Churchill the only Texan? He might be. You know what, Andy?
Probably.
You might have to. Right, Clams? How sick is this fucking graphic that Deli made? It's fucking fire. But
they're sharp. They're very sharp.
He's been crushing it. I'm going to get rid of this in about 10 seconds, though. I can't believe you're right, though. There's nobody else from Texas. Oh, because George Brett.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people say George Brett was their favorite player. I was not a George Brett fan growing up. I
Freddie
appreciate
Patek.
I appreciated him and I respected him, but I just was not a George Brett fan. Keith, what are your thoughts on George Brett? Were you alive at any point that he played?
No.
I don't think so.
I didn't think so.
No.
I mean, I already knew the answer to that.
Yeah.
He might have been retired before I was born.
I think that probably is correct. I'm just saying. All right. Well, let's move on. Let's talk about these rosters. Keith, I'm going to start with you since Yogi was 50% of the draft here. It is very obvious that Yogi drafted the way he plays his team in Milwaukee, and it's very obvious that Rob went the power route. Am I right? I mean, it's very obvious, right?
Yeah, you're 100% right.
What are your thoughts on those 2 strategies?
Well, I mean, the thing with Yogi picking players that fit that strategy is we saw what just happened in the regular season where they were first in the league for God knows how long. Of course, they didn't end up finishing that way, but they were still, I mean, one of the favorites going into the postseason. So, I mean, to me, it just, yeah, I don't know. I'm not surprised that Yogi drafted that way. I know that he likes that style of baseball, and so I was half expecting it. I didn't necessarily think that it would be almost a carbon copy of his strategy.
Right? Because look at it. So between myself, Ray Bashan, you, Winkler, and there was one more. I thought there was like 5 people that have 80, 85, 87 type speed. I think. 1, 2, 3.
Look at the defense. Look at the defense. More depth.
Yeah, I mean, that's right. Speed and defense, right? I mean, you're playing small ball, Yogi, so let me bring you in here. But before we talk about your stuff, talk to me about what you think Rob's strategy was with all the power. And, you know, to Keith's point, yes, you were the most successful team till the end of the regular season. The Mets overtook you by a single game. And then you took that all the way to the Robo Classic, but you lost Robo Classic. So is there a limit to where you can't quite finish the regular season, number one, and you didn't win the Robo Classic, to where maybe you got to add a little power to that small ball?
Well, I got the second half of the season, I got a little power happy. and probably shouldn't have hindsight. I should have stuck with what had gotten us to where we were with the speed and the defense. But, I just kept watching home runs and home runs. It's like, we got to have some. And I probably should have stuck with the speed and defense, and it may have turned out different. It may not have. I'll never know.
So you're saying because you didn't stick with it is why things went awry.
Yes. The last third of the season, I went all power, and it showed in our record. We were 1-2, 1-2, and 0-3 in the last 3 series.
Interesting.
So the power did not work for us. I should have stuck with what we had done.
Yeah.
I want to ask Keith, are you excited to play on this style team, or would you rather have played on a power-laden team like the Royals?
I mean, listen, any team that gives me an opportunity to make some plays potentially at some point and contribute is a team that I want to play on.
Yeah,
doesn't necessarily matter the style.
You're going to. I haven't discussed with you where you're playing and where you're batting, but it's going to be a little different.
Yeah, I mean, that's fine. That's fine with me because
I can already picture Yogi doing a softball lineup. But go ahead.
Oh yeah, probably.
Yeah, he's going to play short outfield.
Yeah,
right.
Like he's going to be like he's going to put a power hitter like every third batter.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, this past season showed that you can win with multiple different styles of play.
Oh yeah.
So, yeah.
So Keith, since you're here, let me ask you this then. Do the Rangers have enough power to Clams exactly to bring it? So as I look at it, I see Freddie Flash. We know he can hit the shit out of dingers. He's your season 1 home run derby champion and your season 2 Mobster Mash runner-up. So we know he can hit them. We know Danny Morgan has potential, and we know David Leathers has potential. That's it as far as I see on this
Travis
roster.
Danger.
Oh, Travis. I forgot about Travis. So actually, is it 4? Is it 3.5? I mean,
Dirtbag and Ray Bichon and their power.
Well, yeah, but we're supposed to keep that on the down low. Nobody knows it. Nobody knows about my home runs. I've tried to keep that on the down low.
Right.
That's right. My bad.
Is that so? That's kind of ironic, right? We were like, hey, there's only a few, and it ends up being 4 power hitters, maybe 3.5, because Danny Morgan, I think, is average Joe, I think, right? In his, in
some
his
runs, some
archetype.
power.
Right.
Yep.
So let's call it 3.5. 3.5 in a normal lineup, I think, like during the regular season, Keith, if you had 3.5 to 4 power hitters, you'd be set. It'd be great. But then you look at the Royals. It's Blitz, it's Bumpy, it's Bullet, it's Bob, it's all the B's, right? B for bomb.
Mm-hmm.
And then don't forget about Jack Gaines, Benji Matson, Churchill can go yard occasionally. They've got like 7 or 8.
Right.
Is that a huge difference? How do you feel about the Rangers only having a few, or do you think that maybe Yogi hit the sweet spot there?
Well, I mean, I think to your point, that kind of 3 to 5 range of power hitters is probably about what you want because, someone's got to play defense. And if you have so many power hitters, you got to put someone in the outfield. And if ball gets hit their way or gets hit in the gap, of course, they've got to go get it. And if you only have so much speed, that's just an opportunity for the other team to pick up an extra base or 2.
Right.
But of course, it also depends on pitching matchups because if you have a lot of power going against someone like, I'll just throw out Gunny out there because of his knuckler and how we saw this season how it was a bit of a crapshoot sometimes.
It is.
But depending on the kind of contact that these hitters can make on the different pitches that they have.
So piggybacking off of that, Yogi, let me ask you this. As you look at all the power on the offensive side for the Royals, you've also got a lot of very slow outfielders. Is that going to be their Achilles heel in this All-Star series?
It very well may be. The defense. I mean, I definitely was leaning. Everything I leaned towards was defense. It's from Leathers to you at short, Doug's at second, Danny at third, Freddie at first. I mean, we're loaded defensively. So that was the game I was trying to play. Cut down as many runs as we can. And we're going to have a tremendous outfield. He's going to be in left.
Yeah,
Ray's going to be in center, and Wink's going to be in right. I mean, it's going to be a hellified defense to hit the ball to the gaps.
We have a lot of speed. Our outfield is going to get to balls for sure.
Yeah.
But with you got Jack Gaines, Churchill, both very slow.
Yeah.
Very, very like in the 30s, bro. In the 30s. Is this a team, Yogi, the Rangers team that you put together, a team that can just hit singles to stretch into doubles, hit doubles to stretch into triples because the defense can't get to the ball, and is that how we're going to score runs and win these games?
That's what I'm counting on. There should be some holes in the outfield, and we should have the bats to hit them.
Yeah, I think they're solid in center, right? In center.
Yeah,
Ray's got the speed. She'll probably be fine. I'm assuming. By the way, neither Yogi nor Rob have submitted any lineups yet, so I don't know who's playing. I'm just going by assumptions based on what they played and what I think. What are your thoughts on what Yogi just said and what I commented on, Keith? That if we can just hit the ball, run, steal a couple bases here and there. I mean, I will tell you this. In the sims that I've been doing just to make sure everything's set up properly, our team's stealing a lot of bases already.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what you would expect with the kind of players. If I remember right, I think Jack Gaines I want to say he was left field typically, which
I think he was.
Right, which, I mean, typically if you're going to put a big power hitter out in the outfield, it's generally going to be left field, I think, if I understand baseball strategy right. I think an underrated part of this matchup is Greg Soto being the starting pitcher because he led all pitchers in walks.
Yes.
And so, of course, you have a lot of non-power hitters. I imagine that plate vision is probably a little higher. Contact maybe a little higher as well. So I think that's something that could potentially be I don't want to say an Achilles heel, just because we haven't seen Soto rack up a bunch of walks in a row very often. Right. But, down the stretch, who knows?
By the way, I'm trying to keep a live count of the pick'em. So if you have not gone into the series pick'em channels and cast your votes yet, I'm going to be updating them every few minutes here live on the broadcast. Remind me if you remember, or maybe if you can look it up, Keith. Bob Funk. Did we decide he had the most throwouts as a catcher for catching people stealing?
I don't remember right off.
Highest percentage, at least.
Yeah, he had by far the highest percentage, for sure. I don't remember the.
It was Bob Funk, and then it was like Albert Begin, I think, or something, right?
Hold on 1 second. It was so Bob Funk had the most, and then Mikey Monongahela, Clams, and Begin all tied for second. But they were a few behind Funk.
So and Funk was like twice as much or something, but like by far.
Yeah,
so
his percentage was way higher than everyone else.
One Ricky on the other team.
So then here's my question, Keith, since I'm talking to you, and then I'll ask Yogi the same thing. Does Bob Funk, the highest percentage base thrower, outer catcher person, help neutralize what we want to do over on the Ranger side?
I don't know if I'm not necessarily convinced that it could neutralize it enough. That would be my concern, just because, I mean, yes, he was definitely the best defensive catcher as far as throwing out base stealers, but I mean, his percentage was still 34%. That means there's 2/3 of guys that are trying to steal base are going to get it.
So Yogi, I'm sorry, Keith. Let me just Yogi. Do you think the other thing I was thinking? I don't think Keith tracked this part. If he did, he should jump back in. My guess is that most of those are runners to third base, not second base. And if that's the case, then I think as long as we're not over aggressive trying to steal third too much, that we might be okay.
That, and it could have been average Joes and catchers trying to steal too. You'd have to know who he threw out. Were they Rickies? I don't know. I'm sure he threw out one or two, but it's Soto is going to be harder to steal on. He's straight to the plate.
We're going to talk
about the second game. We should be able to steal more if we need it. This is my plan.
So I believe now. I know in season 1, Keith, this was the case, and it probably won't come into play very much at all because we don't think Lisa Pinky and Daniel Gunn will see the mound very often. But if they do, I don't remember how it went in season 2, but in season 1, Lisa Pinky had the most pickoffs. She might have had it in season 2. I don't know. late inning game. They bring her in late as a setup pitcher, maybe or something. She picks off one of our, very aggressive base stealers. That's also another angle.
Yes,
that could help
yes.
the Royals. What do you think? Thoughts on that, Keith? And who the fuck took a vote off of Texas? Now it says 16-15, motherfuckers.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh, you convinced somebody, Keith.
Apparently.
Maybe I did. Who knows? Yeah, the thing with instances like pickoffs is they don't happen very often. And so I don't think that that's something you can bank on necessarily.
Right.
I mean, if you're a pitcher, as a relief pitcher, you're there to pitch and be a good pitcher. You're not necessarily in there to try to pick off a base stealer. I think all the pitchers that are playing in the All-Star series can pick off a potential base stealer. We just haven't seen it very often.
Yeah. Before we start talking about pitchers and breaking them down, Yogi, I'll start with you. Tell me a couple non-pitching difference makers you think from each team that could help decide the entire series.
Winkler in right field.
Okay. Take away those extra base hits, maybe?
Yeah, I'd love to just say the whole infield, but I'm going to go with you at short. One error. That's what I need out of my shortstop.
One error all season. Yep. I think Bullet had like 20 or something, right?
Yeah, I know Worm had 3 in like 4 games.
In one game or something.
Yeah, 2 and 1 or 3
that was
and 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
I'd say watch out for Krieg.
And
watch out for Bumpy.
Yeah, dude,
Bumpy is dangerous to us.
Yeah, he is super fucking dangerous.
Yes,
Wink is going to sabotage the Rangers just despite Yogi Bullet says in the chat. Keith, as I am trying to find, where did I post this?
Oh, I'm dying to see Wink in right field.
Yeah.
I think it's a natural position for his build.
So that puts who in left for us?
Probably
I'm going to put Keith in left. I'm going to put Keith.
Okay. Yeah, right.
What a choice! What a choice!
You're putting a left. You're putting a lefty out in left field.
Ricky Henderson did it.
Yeah.
Why not? What difference does it make?
Fair enough.
Hey, by the way,
he'll cover that line. I got 3 center fielders. I can't go wrong wherever I put them.
Yeah, that's true.
That's
Dude, they're all fast and they all play good defense. So,
fair enough.
I just put FYI, everybody. I just put in the chat. Just a reminder of the bench players that could come in only for pinch hitting and pinch running possibility, since I will be turning off injuries tomorrow night. For the Rangers, you got Joe Delaney, you got Corn King, Caveman, and Yogi behind the plate. And then for Rob, you've got Art, Biff, Eagle, and Clamsy behind the plate. Keith, your couple 1, 2, 3 difference makers for each team this week.
To me, I think it's very difficult to pin down specific people just because of the 2 different styles of team, how there's a lot of like very similar players. So I'm going to go with a hypothetical difference maker for the Rangers, which is the non-power hitter that becomes a power hitter in these sims, because we saw that a few times in the postseason. Like we saw that with Michaela Foraker in their first postseason series against the O's. We saw that with I think we saw that with Militia Krolik. We saw that with, I want to say Ray Bashan was one on us.
I think Ray hit 2, 3, 4 home runs or something like that in the postseason. Yeah.
Right. So I feel like someone's going to do it for the Rangers. It's just very, very difficult to figure out who, because the builds are not necessarily meant for it. So it's a bit of a crapshoot, but someone's going to do it.
Doug Day, that's not going to happen. The players that I just mentioned above over there, right above your comment, they're not all-stars. They do not
only
get
pinch hit, pinch run.
They do not get all-star designation, unfortunately.
Right.
Neither do Lisa Pinky or Daniel Gunn or James Troll. So none of them had enough votes to make the team, but we are trying to fill holes with people that we know rather than just having some strangers from the Royals or the Rangers. So, I mean, the fact that I even allowed Bullet to be on the fucking team is still a miracle. I must have been drunk. I must have been drunk and on Vicodin that same fucking night.
Dyslexic.
Let's break down the pitchers by team first, and then we'll talk about some head-to-head. Look, you can't even spell fucking asterisk, bro. Hey, I can tell you how to spell ass though. Bullet. All right. So let's start with the Rangers. Keith, I'll start with you. Ducati, probably most people's number one or number two pitcher for the entire season. Gunny coming in if he's the first relief pitcher coming in after the Ducati's fastballs and stuff, Gunny's knuckleball is going to fuck with people, I think.
Yeah.
And then Chris Lee, who only missed out on the top four by a single vote. Probably, a super solid number three. And then if if Daniel Gunn gets in the game, he could be the actual wild card in this with the way he pitches, though. That would kind of suck. If Daniel Gunn, if you fuck this up, I swear to God, we're gonna have words.
You're not in next year.
Like we're up 3-0, and Daniel Gunn comes in, we lose 4-3. No, I'm fucking with you, Daniel. So it's a very, very strong pitching lineup. Take me through what you think is going to happen. How these pitchers are going to perform over the 3 games.
Are you asking me? Oh, Keith. Okay.
Yeah, he's asking me. Yeah. Ducati is just really, really hard to hit against. His pitches are generally lower than an overhand, I guess you could call it, pitcher. And for the power hitters, I would imagine that would be a little tougher on them. Ducati tended to draw a lot of contact and have ABs with not a lot of pitches, and so he could just roll right through a game without many pitches. So of course the key is you got to foul off a lot of pitches early and get a couple hits, which for a power heavy team that could be a home run or 2, who knows. But then after Ducati, it's kind of a bit of a wild card because, like you mentioned, Gunny with the knuckler, bit of a crapshoot. At times, there were some power-heavy teams that feasted on his knuckleball a little bit, and then you had Chris Lee, someone who I think may be the most improved player of the mob from season 1 to season 2, potentially, who's also very solid, but he's had his struggles at times. I think in the middle of the season, if I recall, was maybe a little bit of a lull period for Chris Lee. So I think it's just an interesting pitching lineup with the different styles that they have. And so it'll be a challenge for the Royals, I think.
Yeah, I think so too. So on the other side, Yogi, though, you've got Greg Soto, the leading vote getter for all All-Stars. And then Nate Hall, who arguably top 2, maybe top 3 pitcher as well. So, if you say Ducati, Soto, and Nate this season, the Royals have 2 of the top 3, the 2 top strikeout leaders. Then you bring in James Troll, who we've talked about was underrated all season. And then, you remember Lisa Pinky, who can come in and give you 3 or 4 innings and literally shut you out. I'm not sure which one's stronger, which pitching staff is stronger, but take me through the Royals pitching staff and tell me how you think they will perform this week.
Soto is Soto. He's going to come in with heat. The key for the Rangers would be to lay off the breaking stuff and sit on the fastball, get your hits, get on base, cause havoc, get into his head. Nate's pretty much the same thing. You've got to hit your pitch, not his pitch. When he's in command and he's got that pitch inside, outside, and low, he's near unhittable. Troll he's a wild card once again.
Yeah.
Which Troll you're getting? You're getting the Troll that gives up 4 runs in the first 2 innings, or you getting Troll that shuts you out for 5 innings. It just depends. It's going to be, you got to pick your spots and get your pitch to hit.
Yeah.
For the Rangers to compete against this pitching staff.
Just to reiterate for everyone in the chat, Lisa and Daniel have been added, like we said. All pitchers are available in the bullpen, however the managers want to use them. Plus, they get to take 6 of their relievers from their own teams. So you're going to see a lot of familiar faces from Milwaukee. You're going to see a lot of familiar faces from Chicago. And then, of course, Gunny, Chris, Lisa, Daniel Gunn, James Troll, and Nate Hall in the bullpen. Let's go head-to-head, Keith, first. Ducati and Soto. My first question for every single pitching matchup is going to be for both of you. Will it matter if they're pitching at home or pitching away? And number 2, how do you see the heads-up matchup between Ducati and Soto?
I mean, if you ask me, I've always thought that there was
Home field.
an innate bias within the game towards the home team. So that's where I would go. I know that that's not necessarily in the spirit of sim sports, but that's just what I think. Um, Man, I mean, this is the matchup that people wanted to see right here: Ducati versus Soto.
Yeah.
That was pretty clear. That was pretty clear in the votes, and so a lot of people want to see it, and they've got it. Like Yogi mentioned, Soto just comes out with heat, and it just kind of depends on how his control is in any particular game. If he's on point, good luck. It's gonna be tough. If he's off a little bit, there are some opportunities.
Yeah.
Granted, that goes for every pitcher, but I mean, Soto's the one with the no hitter this season. He's also the one with
the most strikeouts in the regular season.
I was gonna say the most strikeouts. He's also one with, I can't remember the number off my head, but it was 6 or 7 starts with 4+ runs allowed. So I mean,
it's feast or famine with him.
Right. That's kind of what I was getting at. Yeah. So it'll be very interesting to see which versions of these pitchers that we get in each particular game.
So, Yogi, as we know, Soto and Ducati will start 2 of the 3 games. We're going to allow Gunny and Nate to start 1 game. What's your thoughts here? Now, Gunny and Nate have pitched against each other for 2 seasons, so they're not strangers by any means. In season 1, Nate was with Chicago, so Chicago and St. Louis played, the most games against each other because they were rivals. This is going to be very familiar. How do you see it going down? The knuckleballer versus the strikeout guy.
It's, which way's the wind blowing? Hopefully it's blowing straight out the center field for Gunny because it breaks all over the place. It's going to be a key matchup to this series because, you say you win game 1 and you come out and Gunny, his ball's not dancing and they get up real quick 6-0. You're 1-1 going into the 3rd game. And back with Ducati and versus Soto, which is the matchup you pay for. It's going to be wild. It's really going to be wild.
Definitely going to be wild. Keith, let me ask you this. I just noticed that 3 of the 4 lefties in this league are on the Rangers. So they are lefty dominated. Royals are righty dominated. I wish I should have put the hitting, like who hit left, right, and switch.
Right, like handedness, yeah.
But from what I'm just seeing,
Bullet's left-handed.
Yeah, so Bullet's gonna have to.
He doesn't hit left-handers well.
I think Bumpy's a switch. Blitz is left.
Rob is a righty. I know Rob is a righty.
Krieg is left.
Krieg is left.
Benji's
I think
right.
Churchill's left and Benji's left and Bullet. So 4 of those 7 or 8 power hitters are lefties. Is there an advantage there, Keith, you think, having all the left-handed pitchers on the Rangers?
I mean, with Ducati in particular, I think potentially just because of his it's either a sweeper or a slurve. I can't remember what it is off the top of my head.
I think it's a sweeping curve, actually. I think.
Whatever that pitch is that seems to break the entire length of the plate in only 30 feet or something like that. Whatever that is. Whatever that pitch is. Yeah, I think that potentially could be an advantage for sure. Granted, I mean, if he leaves one inside every now and then, that could be trouble potentially. Those guys can turn on it whenever they feel like if they get the right pitch.
Right. Soto, what's up? Yogi, on the flip side, Royals pitching staff dominated by right-handers, and 3 of our 4 on the Rangers with Freddie, Leathers, and Travis are all right-handed as well. So is it just a tit-for-tat thing where we've got the advantage, if you want to call it an advantage, lefty versus lefty, and they've got it righty versus righty?
That means we got 6 left-handers hitting or switch hitters hitting lefty.
We got more switch hitters, but not the power guys.
No, the power guys are right-handed, most definitely. The one key to the whole series, I failed to point this out earlier, is Greg Soto locating his breaking balls. I was talking about it last segment. If he's locating his breaking balls, he's even more dangerous. When he's not, you can sit on that fastball. He's nowhere near as dangerous. He'd be the first one to agree with that. That's been the key to his season. The bad outings he had was when he was not locating the breaking balls.
Yeah, so real quick, Crazy in the chat says, so I did some quick stats, not guaranteeing they are correct. Royals struck out 294 times this season. Rangers struck out 273. Good thing we don't have the same players. It says, I'll locate my balls wherever I want to, damn it.
Okay. Yeah, boy Soto. Okay.
All right, so the chat hasn't changed. For some reason, somebody took a one off of Texas, so it's 16-15, and 5 people hit the star for some reason. So prediction time for you two. But I want some reasons, and I want maybe some predictions, right? Not like, the Rangers are going to win 2 out of 3, but, like why? What's going to happen? Who's going to step up? Who are going to be the big guys to do it? And Yogi, I'll go to you first because I know you're going to say the Rangers. Why do you think the Rangers are going to beat the Royals at least 2 out of 3?
Well, you're going to lead the game off with a home run, game 1.
Boom.
You versus Soto. It's got to happen. It's got to happen. The sim gods are going to smile on us on that one.
Can I flip Soto off when I'm running around the bases?
All you want, fly through the air, whatever you want to do.
Oh, that crazy shit.
Sprint around the bases, whatever you feel like. It's going to be the defense, I think, is going to win it for the Rangers. And I'm looking at 4-2 games. I'm going to go out there and say 2-0 sweep.
3-0?
2-0 sweep.
We're playing 3 games, though.
We're playing 3 games.
No matter what. Oh, we'll take all 3 then.
We're playing 7 games? Fuck it. We're going 7-0. All right.
7-0.
All right. So, Keith, I know you're on the Rangers and you want us to win, but analytically and, trying to be unbiased as much as possible, as you look at the rosters.
ANPR hat.
Yeah. Look at the rosters. Look at who the subs that we put on that I posted in the chat a little while ago. Everybody, all the way down to the extra pitchers, etc. Are the Rangers going to give Kansas City a royal ass whooping? Heyo. Or is Kansas City going to give the Rangers a Texas size ass whooping?
Yeah,
or
so
neither,
I'm or neither, yeah. So I'm going about this from the perspective of what's more likely, the power hitters to be successful against Ducati, or the non-power hitters to be successful against Soto. Yeah. And to me, my gut is telling me that what's more likely is the non-power hitters to be better against Soto. And of course, I think that the Rangers have a defensive advantage given just the styles of players that we have on defense. And so to me, I'm leaning the Rangers. I don't think it'll be a sweep, because I still to some extent believe that power is never going to be a bad thing in the long run. And so, yeah, I don't think that there's a world in which this is a sweep, but I'm soft leaning the Rangers 2-1.
Okay. Soto, we have a lot of speed on our side, bro. By the way, if you haven't done pick'ems, if you're in the chat and you haven't done pick'ems in the Discord server, go ahead and do it. I'm going to update that one more time before we get out of here. I'm going to do, just to update everybody on how we're doing this. I'm going to be doing a coin flip tonight or in the morning. Yogi will be calling it because Rob called the coin flip for the draft. Ray is faster than you. I only fear... Oh, it's like 2 points, bro. It's like 87-85. Get the fuck out of here.
220, 221.
I'm sorry, Soto, I can't hear you, bro. Who'd you say led the league in stolen bases? I can't hear you. It wasn't Ray. It wasn't Ray.
I should have gone back and looked to see the stolen base percentage of our players versus the Rangers versus the Royals players.
I'm slow as fuck. Yeah, I know. So what does that tell you? I'm so slow, and I still lead the league in stolen bases, bro. Rob, I swear to God, he's not coming back next season, bro. That guy's such a fucking hack.
You can't escape him, Dave.
God, fuck that guy. Thank God we didn't fucking progress AIs last season. Hackett had like 99 speed. The way we're going to be doing things, I'm going to do a coin flip, and then whoever wins it, Yogi or Rob, will choose if they want to play home first or play home second. I have the third game neutral field where I already know where we're going to be playing it. That will be announced after game 2. And we'll do it the same way we did it during the regular season. If one team wins both games 1 and 2, they'll be the home team in the neutral game. If it's tied 1-1, we'll go to runs scored, or I'll have to look that up. I think it's in mob order somewhere. I think it's runs scored, and we have to get
Stolen
rid of
bases.
Yeah, whoever has the most stolen bases in the regular season, something like that. And then I think actually it'll be maybe away runs or something next, something along those lines. So we'll figure it out. But that's how we'll do it. So so both Yogi and Keith, who are on the Rangers, predicting the Rangers, of course, 17-15. That's actually I don't know why somebody just took their vote away. Like if you take it away from one, at least go put it on the other one. So I don't know how we went from 17-15 to 16-15, but we did. But let me ask this last question, then we're going to talk about something else. Yogi, I'll go to you first. Who's going to be the MVP of this All-Star Series?
Danny Morgan.
Danny Morgan. Look at that.
Yes.
Oh, boy.
Danny Morgan's going to have a good series.
We're going to need him to, probably. Keith, what about you?
Yes, we are.
I'm going to go with someone that's been almost all reliable throughout the whole season. I'm going to go with David Leathers.
Yeah. I can see that, too. If you joined us late, we talked a lot about the position players, the players added, the pitchers. We broke down each staff. We talked about how Bob Funk led the league in throwing runners out. We talked about how David Leathers is a leading MVP candidate. One of the probably top three on one side, Jack Gaines on the other. We actually didn't talk a lot about Jack Gaines. Do we not think that he's going to have the effect that he had in the regular season, Keith? Especially since we know, I'm paraphrasing, but I'm pretty sure at one point near the end of the season, you said he had more RBIs in a single game than most people had all season long. Does Jack Gaines show up and just dominate the series?
So what you're referring to was the last week of the regular season. Yeah, he had more RBIs than I think it was
in
9.
In a series?
Yeah, in that season, he had 8 RBIs, which is more than 9 humans had on the whole season, which mind-blowing stat right there. The thing with that, though, he was the complete opposite in the Suckway series. I want to say he went like 1 for 10 or something like that.
Ooh, do we have to rename it the Jack Gaines series? Hey-o.
Right.
Ooh.
Right. So, yeah. So, I mean, and that's kind of been, or it's kind of like indicative of what I've been mentioning a little bit with the style of pitching that the Rangers have, which is, it's a bit of a crapshoot sometimes with the power hitters. It just depends on if they can make contact and how good the contact is, because no one's questioning that they have the power.
Yeah, I'm kind of torn. I kind of feel like we're going to see one game, Yogi, where our team gets all the base hits and steals the bases and makes the defensive plays and we win a game. And then we're going to see a game, and it's probably going to be our home game. And then we'll see the Royals at home, and they'll come out, and they're going to have like 7 or 8 fucking home runs, one by each of their big guys. I feel like there's going to be 2 games where we see each style of play, but really what it's going to come down to is that third and deciding game, probably the neutral field game, in which case I think the tiebreakers might favor the Royals for runs scored. What are your thoughts on that? You think we're going to see like one game one way, one game the other?
I mean, my dream world, no. But yeah, once again, that's a dream world. That's a sim dream world. That's even wilder. Yeah, they could come out and just pound the ball and beat us into the ground. It could happen just as easily. You've got to limit your mistakes on your pitches, and I've got the confidence after managing Ducati all season long, he can do that.
Yeah,
when he gets those big innings and when he gives up a lot of foul balls is when he gets in trouble. When he has those big innings where I'm talking about big pitch count numbers, that's when he gets in trouble. He gets tired on the mound. He makes a mistake, and it's going to hurt. We've got to count on what the lineup we throw out there can score runs with them. And I believe we can.
Hey, Rob Forker, are you still in the chat? If you are, type something in here about how you think things are going to go down. I'd like to hear your point of view before we go off air here in the next 10 minutes or so. All right, so that is pretty much everything we wanted to talk about for the All-Star Series starting tomorrow night, Tuesday. We got Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 8:30, 8:30, 8:30, just like we started tonight, 8:30. It's easy to remember. Every night this week, we're starting at 8:30 Eastern. We're only doing one game, so the whole broadcast will take somewhere between an hour and a half and 2 hours, depending on how slow the game goes, or if there's extra innings, or if we get one of those really quick, good pitching games, it could go an hour like we had a couple games ago last season.
Yeah.
I'd like to see as many people there as possible. David Leathers he hit the nail on the head. So much star power on both sides. These should be some great games this week. I totally agree. On a similar topic, but kind of changing lanes just a little bit, I want to talk about the Season 2 awards. I'm going to get those out sometime tomorrow. It won't be early in the day because I've got a doctor appointment. It'll be in the afternoon or the evening when I get home. I also have a fucking plumber coming. Don't get me started on that. I'll save that. I'll save that for fucking story time.
Story time.
Next week or something. We will have another show next Monday as well, by the way. Mob Season 2 awards. And Keith, we've talked a lot about this. You and I have gone back and forth. We've looked over the lists and stuff. We're going to break it down this season. By the way, let me back it up a step. Keith and I and a couple other people are going to decide the Season 1 awards because it was so long ago. I don't want everybody voting because a lot of people aren't going to remember stuff. And there's only going to be a couple awards, maybe like 3 awards, and that's it for Season 1. It was, not a lot of players, not a lot of teams, yada yada yada. Fucking bullet. But Season 2 is going to be a little different. In addition to having and we'll figure out the titles tonight or tomorrow. But basically, it's going to be your offensive player of the year. We really wanted to do a defensive one, but we just don't have enough defensive stats to prove that I'm the best defensive player in the league, so we won't do that. We're going to have offensive player of the year. We'll have maybe your most valuable player of the year, most valuable to your team, or maybe best player, most valuable player, something along those lines. I will describe it in the ballot. And then we'll have a couple pitcher awards. And then, probably it's not going to be called the Cy Young Award, but we'll call it something, best pitcher award or whatever. And then we're going to have the best players by position if I have enough. I have to relook at the sheet I put together, the ballot I put together for the All-Star voting. I want to have at least a minimum of 4 people at a position for it to have the award for the best, whatever, second baseman, third baseman. So just be on the lookout for that.
Would most improved player be too subjective?
Yeah, I think you'd have to back it up by stats. I mean, I'm only going to put the ones in there. So for example, I'm not going to say who do you think is the MVP and just leave it open for vote. We're going to put a few names in there because Keith and I, we've already broken down the stats and stuff and talked about it.
I can give you 4.
Right. Yeah, so you're not going to see 20 names on one category.
Right.
So on that, I would say if I can do that before tomorrow, it would have to be backed up with the stats for sure.
Gotcha.
So anyway, be on the lookout for that. That being said, the last thing I want to talk about tonight, Yogi, I go to you first. Most valuable person to their team this season, who do you think that is?
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ducati. I don't think we have those wins without him. I mean, anytime I think about that, it just goes right to Ducati.
Okay.
I know he's on my team, but I think we rode his shoulders to a lot of those wins.
Yeah. Keith, most valuable person to their team.
There are 2 names to me that come to mind right away. Ducati is one, for the same reasons Yogi said. The other one I have in my head is Jack's Gaines.
Yeah. Yeah.
So most valuable to his team that finished last place.
Well,
how valuable was he?
Imagine where they would be if he wasn't on their team.
Okay.
I mean, how many wins would they have gotten? I know that they didn't have many, but that was not because of their offense. They finished with the most runs scored in the league. They were the only team to have over 100. And he accounted for how many RBIs did he have? I think it was 30 was the number.
Yeah.
Which is ridiculous.
Yeah.
That's 1 RBI a game. Are you kidding? Are you
Wow.
kidding me? Yeah, it's crazy.
So, all right, then let me ask you this, and then I'll ask Yogi the same. If you think is the most valuable player to their team, who is the best player in the Mob in Season 2? That was to you, Keith.
You asking me?
No, I'm asking Keith, but I don't know what
That's
happened.
what I thought. Maybe
No,
he's looking up
Oh, there
the
it is.
stats.
Okay.
No, I'm just
Put him
That's
on
too
the
hard.
spot.
Keith loves giving me dead air on my show.
See, the problem, Dave, is that that's too hard of a question to answer when you're being put on the spot.
Okay,
I
then
feel like,
let me put it this way.
What's your vote?
to some extent.
Let me put it this way: you are starting a team, non-pitchers.
Mhm.
We're only selecting players. You have the first
Right.
pick of the draft. We put every single player in the mob. Take the pitchers out of this. We put all the players from the mob into the basket. You get the fucking first pick. Who are you picking? I'm glad you actually didn't say that, Crazy, since I'm fucking reading it. Go ahead, Keith.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, just trying to think about overall value.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, we know that Jack Gaines, well, at least in my opinion, Jack Gaines was the best offensive player of the season. But of course, there's more to a player
Yeah.
than offensive prowess. And so, I mean, man, to me, if I had to say a name right now,
yeah,
it would be Bullet, in my opinion.
Really? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yogi, if you were starting, same question, you're starting a team that you want a really good leadoff hitter that plays great defensive shortstop and steals a lot of bases, who would you pick first?
My ass.
Damn, that's fucked up, bro. I put the ball on the tee for you and you whiffed it.
Oh. It steals bases. I missed that part. That would have to be you. That'd have to be you.
Who's the best player in the mob in season 2?
Yeah, Bullet. I love you, Bullet. It's so close. It's so close. But if I got to pick to start my team, I got to go to the captain.
Yeah.
I got to go with Leathers.
Yeah.
Because of his defense ability to go with it and his ability to just game after or series after series. I'll go that route of hitting clutch hits in clutch situations. That's my guy. I mean, that's what I'd start with.
There's a fantastic argument that could be made for 3 or 4 guys.
Well,
easily.
Here's my follow-up to that then. If we kind of are in agreement that the 3 probably most valuable or best players, however, whatever verbiage you want to use, are in no particular order, are Jack Gaines, David Leathers, and Bullet Beletsky, who do we add to that conversation, or is it only a 3-horse race? Too bad free agent's over, says Ray.
I'm thinking it's a 3-horse race. There's nobody that just jumps off the paper at you that you got to include them.
I would agree.
That had good seasons.
I think someone else that you could potentially make an argument for would be Bumpy. That's the one name that I would say.
Speed and power.
Right. I mean, because he's not a power hitter, but he was, I think, he was 5th in OPS as a non-power hitter.
Yes.
I mean, it's great.
It's phenomenal.
It's nuts. It's crazy.
But he's a tier down. Just a tier down.
It's not by much, but that's what I would say.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
You had a lot of players that had great second half of the seasons once they got their builds going.
Right.
That had a whole season, a danger. If he'd had a whole season with that build, he would have been there.
Yeah. Crazy Canuck, because we were only talking about players. We took pitchers out of the equation, but we're going to talk about pitchers now. Yogi, who was the best pitcher in the mob in season 2?
I answered that on the previous question. It was Ducati.
Yeah.
No question.
No question. So you don't even think, what is it? Nate, Soto,
Nate climbed to number 2 at the end, I believe.
Yeah.
And Soto and Lee and Gunny are all right there, interchangeable at 3, 4, 5.
Okay, Keith, what do you think? Who's the best pitcher in the mob in season 2?
I 100% agree with Yogi. I think it is Ducati, and I can see the argument for someone else, but I really don't buy it. I think Ducati definitely was the best overall pitcher in season 2.
So let me ask this then. Yogi, I'll go back to you. If there's only one pitcher that you say, all right, we've got 10 pitchers in the league now. You only have to face 9 of them. One of them I'm going to take away. There's one pitcher you don't have to face, including your own. Let's just pretend like you're on the 11th team or whatever in this scenario. Who's the one pitcher you would want to take off the list? Say, that's the one pitcher I do not want to face this season.
Probably the same answer.
Is it? Because I think the answer could change.
I don't know. There's some others that have crept up with
Yeah.
that. The way that question is phrased,
Yeah, yeah.
and the way he finished the season, it may be Nate.
I don't disagree. I think that brings Nate and Soto definitely back in the conversation.
Yes,
But
yes.
Keith, you think it sticks with Ducati, huh?
Yes, I think so because of his style of pitching, and generally to me, the fact that like I had mentioned earlier, a lot of his pitches are lower in the zone. Generally, that's going to
Harder
draw
to hit,
contact,
and-
but
yeah.
it's harder to get hits off of that.
Yeah.
And I called probably 3 or 4 Brewers games this season, and I could probably count the number of pitches that were down the middle of the zone on 2 hands. The guy does not miss very often. And so you combine that with a hard to hit style of pitching, plus he has that crazy sweeping curve, swerve,
Yeah.
sweeper,
Slurve.
slurve, whatever it is. I mean, there's no one that I would rather not face than Ducati.
I'm scrolling back real quick. I'm trying to see if Rob ever answered my question. He may not have been listening anymore after.
And to go with your point, Keith, I don't want to be a total homer either, but Nate earned it at the end of the season.
Yes,
But
100.
Ducati,
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, I had Nate in my top 3 pitchers since the halfway point of the
halfway
season.
point. Yeah.
Yeah.
He started
And
getting it.
I stood on that pedestal for the whole second half of the season. So I believed in Nate the whole season, but to me, my eyes are seeing that Ducati was just absolutely unhittable for a large majority of the season, and I think that there was I think that there's a good reason for that. I think his build is very, very well rounded. And plus, I mean, we had to play we had to play against them, and good Lord, it is hard to win against the Brewers because of Ducati.
He's a lot to do with it. It's just that, late in the season, we had more teams like Fat Hammer had 7 or 9 foul balls in one at bat.
Yeah.
That's how you get to Ducati.
Yeah.
You've got to
Right.
get to him that way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I get his pitch
The Mets
down up.
did the same thing. Yeah.
For
Yep.
sure. Nate Hall, very excited about season 3, bringing the Guardians and his pitcher in. I think that there's definitely at least for season 2, because in season 1, I think all the pitchers were pretty close together. I think Soto was probably the best pitcher.
Yeah, Soto was.
Gunny was probably right behind him, and then Lisa
Mhm.
Chrisley or whatever. I think in season 2, though, and tell me if you think I'm wrong, I think it's definitely the 3 we just talked about. It's Ducati, it's Soto, and it's Nate. Those 3 in no particular order. Gunny's probably 4th on that list, and then it's everybody else. You guys agree or disagree?
So here, I'll just jump in real quick. My top 3 that I've had the whole second half of the season was Ducati, Chris Lee, and Nate Hall. Not necessarily in that order, but that's the 3 that I've had.
Above Soto. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, even
Mhm.
Soto
Yeah.
said himself on, I don't know if it was the last show or the home run so one of the shows we've had, recently,
Mhm.
that he put himself in the middle of the pack
Yeah, he did.
this season.
Yeah. My top 3 has been Ducati, Chris Lee, and Nate Hall. My next 3 after that, I think would be Soto, Gunny, and James Troll. So the 6 pitchers that are shown on the screen right now for starting pitcher, relief pitcher 1 and 2. I mean, that's the 6 best in my opinion, right there. And then that's the tiers that I have.
I didn't
have
see.
passed.
I feel bad for Daniel Gunn because he had to make his build kind of late, and I think he kind of rushed it and whatever. But I think Daniel Gunn on the opposite side, he kind of separated himself on the bottom side, unfortunately. But I think he'll rectify that next season. I think Troll and Lisa and Chris Lee were all pretty close together. Chris maybe with a slight edge for me personally, and even if you put Soto 4, you still got Ducati, Nate, and maybe Gunny. I think that's what I love is that argument, right? Those debates between 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, that middle range, because it really could go anywhere based on
Absolutely.
stats and situational things. Lisa, like I said, mentioned her. She led the league in pickoffs or whatever. Like,
Yeah.
there's little things here, little things there you can debate. But I agree. I think Ducati, Nate, Chris Lee. Yeah, I mean, gosh, you're right, Chris Lee. And I feel bad that Chris Lee missed out by one vote to be able to start a game. But
yeah, but look at it this way. In a lot of lists and views, if you take the top game and the worst game off, where would they stand? And I think they would stand in that order.
yeah.
If you took Greg's no-hitter away and take away that 10-0 game where we scored like 7 in the first inning because he walked everybody, it was just an anomaly.
Right.
The rest of his season, he was giving up 5 runs a game, 4.5 runs a game. So I think that list is about appropriate if you go Ducati, Nate, Chris Lee, because of the wins too. I mean, he came on late. Then you put Soto, Gunny, Lisa, and Gunn.
Yeah, Gunny
Middle is the toughest.
Gunny has a great point. The Orioles sucked with runs this season, right? Didn't we went
Yes.
we went refresh my memory. I think we won our series in week 3. Then we went weeks 4, 5, 6, and 7, losing all of those series, and I think 2 of them we got swept. And I think there was a string there where we didn't score more than 1 run for like 6 games, like all these weird things. That's a great point, Gunny. I didn't even think about that. I mean, if Lisa gets the run support, does she pitch as terrible as we kind of think she did this season, or is it just all Art and Benji's fault? I put the blame on Art and Benji. What about you guys?
And or was it the 4th pitch? You never know.
Oh yeah, that 4th pitch thing as well. All right, we're gonna wrap this bad boy up.
Under.
We'll see if we can get out of here in a second.
Yeah, wrap them up.
Give me your final thoughts, Keith. I'll go to you first. Your final thoughts on the All-Star Series pitching off 8:30 p.m. tomorrow night.
I have no idea how it's going to go, but all I know is that I'm going to be tuned in.
Exactly. Let me check. Did anybody else vote here real quick? Let me check it real quick. Yogi. Nope, nobody else voted. Yogi, your final thoughts as we go into the All-Star Series Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 8:30.
It's just going to be really cool to see all the star power on one field and just see how it works itself out, with the defense and speed versus the power again.
Yeah, I'm really, really, really looking forward to that aspect of it. I want to see how that translates on the field with mixed squads, right? Not your Milwaukee team, but a whole entire jumbled up mixed squad. It's going to be a lot of fun.
And we sent the Royals tickets to Cancun for this week, so we'll see how they fare.
Let me see. Gutty's still here. Crazy's still here. I guess Rob did not answer my question. Nate Hall's still in the house. Ray's still here. Dougie Day, Twin Screw, Pain in My Ass, Keith, Freddie, Doug Britton, David Leathers, Deli, Bullet, Boonberry, Clams, and I think that's about it. So thanks for hanging in there. Appreciate everybody. I have no idea how many people voted and what they voted for. I forgot to look that up. So with no further ado and 2 minutes left until we would break even, I will see everybody right back here on this Twitch channel at 8:30 p.m. tomorrow night as Team Yogi and the Rangers take on Team Rob and the Kansas City Royals. I'll see you 8:30 p.m. tomorrow night. Good night. Now we hit the under.